ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिति नाम्ने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिति नाम्ने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद सिद्धित गदाधर शिवाशदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hello everyone, namaste, Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita session. We are in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This is the last chapter in the entire Bhagavad Gita. And in this chapter, Krishna teaches us the essential message which is covered in all the previous chapters. Krishna summarizes all 17 chapters and puts in one chapter, that is 18th chapter. So if you can understand this 18th chapter, we can understand the entire Bhagavad Gita, the flow of Bhagavad Gita, what is Krishna has to convey in this Bhagavad Gita. And it is very practical. This chapter we can easily relate to our own life, our own mindset, our own consciousness, day to day, where we stand. Everything can be learned from this chapter. So this chapter is titled Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Moksha means liberation. Sannyasa means renunciation or giving up. So Krishna in this chapter teaches us, if a person can give up the attachment towards the worldly duties and results of our action, that leads one to attain knowledge and develop devotional emotions towards the Lord. If a person, in other words, if a person works in devotional service, the duty is same. What are the job profile? If a person works as a devotional service to the Lord for the pleasure of the Lord, he develops slowly he develop love and attachment towards the Lord. Okay, bhakti is not just sitting and meditating. Bhakti, devotion to the Lord, is just doing all our duties in connection with the Lord. I repeat, devotion is not just sitting and meditating on the Lord. Yes, that is one aspect of devotion. Other aspect of devotion is doing all our worldly duties. What are the job profile we have? Do all your worldly duties, but in connection with the Lord. In Krishna consciousness. If we work in Krishna consciousness, do our duties in Krishna consciousness for the pleasure of Krishna, we develop love and attachment towards the Supreme Lord, and we take the shelter of the Supreme Lord, by which we can attain the Supreme Lord. That is, attainment is moksha. So that is the subject matter in this chapter and subject matter of entire Bhagavad Gita. So the flow of this chapter goes like this. Arjuna asks a question. Krishna, I want to know about renunciation, sannyasa, and tyaga. Tyaga means giving up. So Arjuna wants to still understand, 18th chapter, Arjuna wants to still understand what is the real meaning of renunciation. From our point of view, we think renunciation means like giving up our family life, going to forest and sitting and meditating, by which we can attain perfection. So that he Arjuna wants to clearly understand that. Then Krishna teaches that there may be many views, many perspectives people have, but the real meaning of renunciation or sannyasa is do your duties, do your worldly duties, give up attachment to your duties, and do for work for my pleasure. If you can work like that, that is a true renunciation. And Krishna further teaches that to do your actions, you're doing your actions every day. To do your actions, there are five essential factors in place. Don't become egoistic that you are the one who are doing everything. By your strength, your abilities, everything is happening. No. There are five doers who are making you to function. That is your body, your senses, your mind, and the soul. There is a three modes of material nature: Prakriti, and your karma, your past life impressions, and the God within you. Everything. This is a combination. We are a combination of various things to execute an action. Okay, so we cannot claim the ownership of our action. Our actions are driven by various factors. Okay, now Krishna further explains how. How. So entire life is in three modes. Entire life is in three modes: mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. Okay, so I covered this in previous session. I'll give an overview of this section, food 18 to 40, in today's session also. And later Krishna teaches the type of work you like to do, the type of job you like to do is based on the guna, the three modes, like one of the guna. If you are in mode of goodness, you like to work in a certain, you like to take up certain job. If you are in the mode of passion, you like to take up certain job. If you are in the mode of ignorance, you like to take up certain job. Huh? So Krishna is saying whatever is guna is, doesn't matter. Do your duties. Do your duties. Whatever the job profile, whether you are doing a high class job or low class job, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay. Only what matters is you do selflessly for the pleasure of Krishna. That's what Krishna says. You do your duty for my pleasure. Any job profile, high class job, low class job, any job, you can attain perfection. You can attain perfection. Huh? Huh? You don't have to be a monk to attain liberation. You can be a bathroom cleaner. You can still attain moksha. I'm taking the example. So it doesn't matter what guna we are in, what type of job we are in, we can still attain perfection. That's the beauty of this chapter. Krishna teaches this section 41 to 48. We'll see that today. Okay, so this is some context from previous session. I'm sure we would have forgotten or missed this section, previous session. So I'll give a quick glimpse of this previous session. Quick glimpse. Okay, Krishna teaches various things in three modes. Okay, so mode of goodness. If a person in the mode of goodness, what is his vision? He sees everybody equally. He sees everybody equally. He doesn't discriminate people. He love everybody. He sees from the point of view of soul, all our souls, divine beings. He sees every individual as a divine beings, right? And he has its love, compassion, and clarity towards people. He has love and compassion towards everybody, every individual. That is in the mode of goodness. The knowledge behind the mode of goodness. Knowledge in the mode of passion. He's discriminating people. He's seeing people separately, individually. Right? Of course, everybody's like that, but sometimes people intentionally discriminate. Right? It's mode of passion. And mode of goodness. He's in a confusion and stubbornness, ignorance. He doesn't treat people correctly. Out of confusion, he thinks a good person to be the bad person and misbehaves with the person. That is his mode of knowledge in the mode of ignorance. Okay, and a person in the three modes, how he works, how a person in the mode of goodness works, how a person in the mode of passion works, how a person in the mode of ignorance works. We'll see. A person in the mode of goodness is free from attachment. He does his duties for a higher cause, to attain love of God, to attain God, right? And he's free from ego. He attributes to the Lord. He says, Krishna, it's because of you I'm able to do this. He attributes to the Lord. And his steady in determination. He's very fixed. He commits to it, he does it. Right? And he does how he does? He does with great enthusiasm, great joy. He feels every work he does to be a great joy. And Nirvikara, he's unchanged in success or failure. He's neutral in success or failure. That is a state of a person who is in the mode of goodness. That's how he works. That's how he works. I mean, we all strive. We need to at least try to come to this stage, every individual. So, I mean, life is so easy if you are in this stage. So, if in the mode of passion, how he works, he's always attached. He always works for glorification. He does a project, he wants glorification from everybody. You appreciate me, you glorify me, and he becomes disturbed if nobody is appreciating him. He's not getting what he wants. He's totally disturbed, and if everybody appreciates him, he inflates his ego. He inflates his ego, and he becomes disturbed by divarities in this world. And he's such a person is harmful to himself, and he creates problem to others. It's a rajasic doer. What is he doing? He's doing the same work. The job is same, The job could be same. The way you work is differ according to the mode we are in. According to the mode we are in. The mode of ignorance, a person in the mode of ignorance, tamoguna, he is undisciplined. He's doing the same work, but he doesn't go to job on time, doesn't do his duties on time. He's uncultured, he's stubborn, he always argues with people, and he has always tries to cheat people. He tries to cheat people, always lazy, procrastinate. He delays the work. I'll see do tomorrow, day. He just keep on delaying the work, procrastination. Right? That is the consciousness of a person who is in the mode of ignorance. That is how he work. That is how he work. Now, what a beautiful teacher. We can see in this world. We can see in ourselves. We can see in others. We can see in many people. Sometimes we are a mix of all three. Sometimes we are a mix of all three, or sometimes we are either in the passion and ignorance or goodness. It varies. Every individual is different. We all have been carrying our emotions, our gunas from many lifetimes, right? So every individual is different, every individual mindset is different, the way he works is different, right? Krishna is saying it's all because of the guna he's in, the mode he's in. Again, I repeat, what determines the mode? What determines the mode? The type of food we eat. The type of food we eat, the type of lifestyle we live, the type of content we watch, movies we watch, or association we have, that has its effect on our consciousness. That makes as a mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. If we eat the food in the mode of goodness, our consciousness will be in the mode of goodness. If we eat in the mode of passion, our mindset and consciousness will be in the mode of passion. So likewise. Okay, so determination. This is from the previous session again. Anyway, so determination in three modes. Determination in three modes. A person who is in the mode of goodness, what is his determination? He likes to control the mind and senses. Control the mind and senses. He likes to meditate. He likes to chant the holy names of the Lord. He likes to engage his senses in connection with the Lord. Right? And he remains neutral. He's steady person. His determination is steady. Right? Whatever he makes a resolve, he does it. He makes a resolve not to kill someone, harm someone. Okay. People make resolutions. I'll destroy this person today. No, that is not, that is a tamasic determination, right? Tamasic dhriti. So the sattvic dhriti is very determined to elevate his consciousness. He's very determined to elevate his consciousness. Example, he's very determined to go to temple. He's very determined to study Bhagavad Gita. He's very determined to meditate and chant the holy names of the Lord. Right? His determination towards elevating his consciousness. Determination towards elevating his consciousness. Such a kind of determination is determination in the mode of goodness. Okay, we are still in previous, this is the last class. Okay, anyway, so determination in the mode of passion, right? He's very determined to enjoy his senses. His life is only to enjoy his senses, very determined. Is to live dharma or the kama. That's it, dharma or the kama. I follow my duty, I attain these things, I enjoy. That's it, that's how my life is. I don't want to elevate myself. So, he's determined, but in a other way. Hmm? Only to enjoy his life, enjoy his senses. That is the determination in the mode of passion. But determination in the mode of ignorance, he is very determined to sleep 10 hours, 20 hours. He's very determined to punch someone, kill someone, harm someone. Right? This is opposite to the goodness. Opposite to good. He's very determined to intoxicate himself and he behave arrogantly. That is a more determination in the mode of ignorance. Okay, Krishna spoke many things here, many learnings here. So good determination in the mode of the sukham, happiness one tries to derive. Uh, that is in the that can be seen in the mode of goodness. Hmm? So sattvic happiness is like he wants to be happy by doing some good things. His happiness is from within, not from outside. A person in the mode of goodness, he try to experience happiness from within. If a thing is there or not, he's still happy. Okay, and the symptom of that happiness is, Krishna says, it appears hard, it appears like a poison in the beginning, but towards the end it is joyful, nectarian. Example, we are sitting and doing japa, meditation, japa, chanting holy name of the Lord and japa, right? It appears hard, we can't sit properly, do properly, but If you put our effort, do it correctly, do it over the time, one round, two round, three round, we experience it. We experience a bliss, right? So it appeared difficult in the beginning, but it is a bliss. Now you're listening to Bhagavad Gita class. This guy, you might be thinking, this guy is speaking so much philosophical things, it's so difficult for me. But when you gain the knowledge, this if this knowledge helps, then you feel blissful, happy, right? So that's what it is. So that's kind of happiness in the happiness in the mode of goodness that appears like a poison in the beginning, but ends up with a great happiness. So the happiness in the mode of passion, this is what entire Bhagavad Gita is all about. Krishna teaches a happiness in the mode of passion is his happiness from external things. Now, in case of mode of goodness, his happiness is within by doing some devotional things, right? So good things. But this guy's happiness in the mode of passion is happiness from external things. My happy is when I eat this stuff. My happiness is when I go to this vacation spot, right? So he's always, there's nothing wrong in doing that, but he's this person in the mode of passion. He's so much inclined towards deriving happiness from external things. Hmm? And that kind of happiness, how it looks, it appears uh, nectar in the beginning, so joy in the beginning, right? And towards the end, it is like a poison at the end. Example, if a person is watching movie, it may appear, I mean, movie, it differs from individual, but it may appear so happy, joyful. By the time we come back and sit at home, we feel kind of not so happy. Other example, maybe it may be happy alcohol. A person is drinking alcohol, is drinking joyfully, he's drinking, but after some time it is a nectar, it is a poison at the end. He regret why he did it. Hmm? So that kind of, if a person is trying to derive happiness like that, that kind of happiness falls in the mode of passion, rasic happiness. So what is the happiness in the mode of ignorance? Tamasic happiness. So that is totally deluded. His happiness from nidra alasya pramada. His happiness from nidra, sleeping hours and hours and being lazy. He gets a great joy, being lazy and not doing things. We covered this in last session. Move on. So this happiness in 3 modes we can see here. So what can we learn from this is like at least we try to be in the mode of passion or elevate ourselves to the mode of goodness. I shared this screenshot of this in our last session. So entire life is revolved by this so-called Maya, which is in 3 modes: mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right, 7th chapter, Daiviyesha guname mama maya dharatya. This is my Maya, it's hard to overcome. Everybody is pulled, propelled by these modes, 3 modes. 3 modes. No one can escape this Maya. Mameva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. If a person takes shelter of the Supreme Lord, then it's easy to overcome. We can elevate ourselves to the mode of goodness and come out of this mode of goodness, and we can be in the mode of trance. So that is a state a devotee starts to be. Okay, so that's all last class. We spent 30 minutes discussing last class. Today we'll see the 41 to 48. Here Krishna teaches that the type of job we do, the type of job we pick. Some people pick different jobs. Some people like to um, be an advisory board teaching. Some people like to be a police officer protecting nation, and some people like to be a businessman, right? And some people like to just do their duty, just serve others, right? Every individual, we can see these classes of people. huh? Krishna teaches in 4th chapter, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam Gunakarma Vibhagasaha. Krishna says, I divided this. This is my arrangement. It is my arrangement according to individual's guna. The guna means mode of goodness, passion, ignorance, and the karma. Karma means their inclination to do. So that is how people incline to take a job. So not all can be police officer, right? I can't be police officer. I can't be police officer. That's not my nature. That's not my nature. I can sit and preach or learn Bhagavad Gita and teach something, and I can sit and meditate. But I can't go like a police officer and dealing with wide varieties of people. That's not my nature. I'm talking about me. That's not my nature. Right? But there are different individuals that they like to do that. They're very passionate, they're very aggressive, they can do, they can protect, they can chase the enemies, they can chase the bad guys. You know, that's their guna. That guna is mode of passion. So every individual is different. What Krishna makes a message here is irrespective of job profile. Irrespective of job profile. What are the job profile? You are a police officer, you can still attend liberation. If you're cleaning the bathrooms or cleaning toilets, you can still attend liberation. It doesn't matter what job profile you are. You don't have to renounce the world. Do your duties, continue your job profile, do your duties sincerely as a devotional service to the Lord. You can attain liberation. Okay, that is the essence of this section. Okay, so one thing I want to say is other important thing. This is totally misunderstood by a group of people or in the people coming from Indian background. In Indian background, there is something like a caste system, right? I know some people know that, not everybody knows it. There is something like caste system. Like especially you can see in South India, like you know, that's called, I don't want to name the castes, but there's a caste system. People, they are very narrow-minded. They think like their caste is the best caste, right? So, like a Brahmana, if a person takes birth to a Brahmana, he thinks like his birth is the best birth. People generally think a Brahmana means a person who is doing puja, a puja in the temple. Right? If a person doing puja in the temple, usually people think like he's a Brahmana. Right? He's born to a Brahmana father, Brahmin. He's a Brahmin. uh, and also like people see different castes, like I'm a this caste, I'm that caste, XYZ caste, I born to this caste. That's how that is my nature. huh? and I have seen in my college days, like people group up people group up saying, this is my caste, my caste is great, and this is my caste is great. Hmm? Anyway, we don't see that in other countries, but especially in India. Basically, because the point what I'm trying to convey is this Varnashrama system is misunderstood. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, this Varnashrama system is totally misunderstood, and people identifying themselves to be that caste, and discriminate and create problems to themselves and others. What Krishna has given is Varna system. These four things only. But there are SC, ST, BC, XCA. There are so many people later made up many caste system. So Krishna is refuting that and teaching the clear message that those are all man-made, man-made caste. There is nothing like caste system. People are blindly following the caste system, but there is nothing like a caste system. Okay, so that is the truth. What system exists is only these four: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. Okay, so now we'll start the verse. This verse will say, anyone want to read? Lakshmi, you want to read? Or... Yeah, go ahead.
Translation. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in according with the material modes. O chastiser of the enemy. Society functions based on natural qualities, gunas. These qualities determine one's inclinations and responsibilities. Krishna emphasizes Swabhava Prabhava Gunai. Actions arise from inherent nature shaped by the gunas.
But you get to read three more. You
Sure,
can read
Prabhuji.
three more. Yeah.
Peacefulness, self control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. Farming, cow protection, and business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras, there are labor and service to others. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thanks, Prabhuji.
So we'll try to analyze and understand this, what Krishna is teaching here is. So everybody, this called four varnas, right? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. Krishna says how he divided this, how he classified. Krishna is classifying the people. Krishna is classifying the people in four things, four ways. One is Brahmana, one is Kshatriya, one is Vaishya, one is Sudra. That's it. We see this system in any organization. If you go to IT company, take an IT company, right? So there is a advisory group. They're very intellectual beings. They're very intelligent. They give advices to the board, and they ensure the proper business, right? The advisory boards, intellectual people, right? So there is administrative board like CEO, CTO. They manage the entire organization. They ensure managers, high level managers, directors, right? So you can see that advisory board, directors, and business class, like they're the trading people. They go and sell their products and make business out of it. And other classes, um, they just work. They build the product. They write code or build the product. Uh, we can see this in IT company. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, we can see in IT company. We can see this Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra in a school also. We can see there is a group of people. They advise, and they ensure the proper functioning. They set the standards to everybody to follow. What is right, what is wrong, they put that. And there are certain group of people, administrators, the principal, or that person, right? So business class, they go, and they do marketing and bring more kids to the student school, right? And they're teachers who just teach. They don't worry about all these things. So this kind of system we can see in any organization, in a hospital, in a IT organization, any organization, right? um, One should not mistakenly identify this to be a caste system. There is nothing like caste system in Vedic time. That's all made up later. Anyway, so but Krishna is giving these gunas, these things, to a person who is in the mode of goodness, or a Brahmana. A person who is Brahmana, who is a Brahmana? A Brahmana is the one who is very knowledgeable. Krishna giving these qualities. Let's see that. Okay, the one who has sama. Sama means good control of mind. Good control of mind. Huh? Good control of senses. He's austere, he's pure, he's tolerant, he's simple, honest, he's honest, and he has good knowledge. Huh? And he has realized knowledge, and he has faith in God and scriptures. Hmm? The context we see here is, we'll just see like about um, not just in IT organization, but in general sense. Okay. So a person is called a Brahmana, or a saintly person. A Brahmana, a saintly person, is the one who has good control of mind and senses. He can control his mind. He knows very well. Nobody controls mind, right? Nobody controls mind. Right? When things go wrong, when situations go wrong, he doesn't sit and lament or cry. Right? Things happen. Things happen. He just has good control of mind. He's totally dependent on the God, and he controls his mind and senses. So, uh, in good situations or bad situations, if a person who has no control at all on the mind, if there's a good situations or everything is happening, he get inflated by ego and frustration and everything, pride. If bad situations happen, he totally get hopeless. Right? A person in the sama is the one who has good control of the mind. He knows very well how to stay neutral, despite any situation. Such a person is called a brahmana. We can strive to that. Hmm? Krishna is saying a person can be a Brahmana by practice of devotional service, Krishna consciousness, bhakti. We can come to that stage. Anyway, austere. Austere is control of senses. Dhamma means control of senses. A person who is a Brahmana, he has good control of senses. We have these senses, right? Sense of vision pulls us to watch beautiful things. Sense of smell goes and pulls us. Sense of taste is the biggest thing. The sense of taste pulls us to taste that, this, and always thinking about eating that. This sense of, this is a pulling of senses. The pulling of senses happens with everybody. But a Brahmana or a saintly person, Krishna is talking about a saintly person. A saintly person is the one who has good control of senses, good control of senses, good control of mind, good control of senses. By the practice of bhakti, devotion, service, any spiritual activities, we can attain this state. And a tapaha is austere, right? Attending Bhagavad Gita is an austerity. We might be doing many things outside, many fun things, watching a movie and go and have fun with friends, but we left everything and we are here to attend Bhagavad Gita. That means we are doing this austerity of purification. We want to learn something, apply something, right? So this is an austerity, right? Um, some people do austere to fast. Fasting is an austerity for what? For a good health. Fasting makes us good health, makes us healthy. Mm. Like everybody's austerity is different, and some people sit and meditate, and some people do devoted to the Lord. Reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, hearing lectures, all devotional activities. These are all austerities we don't like to do. Our body says no, 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 don't do it. Our mind says no, 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 don't do it. This is not for me. But if we take a one step, okay, let me do this. This is my for my purification. Let me do this, right? So such a thing is called austerity. Hmm? A brahmana or a saintly person is a one who is austere. Who is austere. He takes up inconveniences voluntarily. He takes up inconveniences for a higher cause. He knows very well by me taking inconveniences, there is a bigger benefit. There is a bigger benefit to me. Saucham. Saucham is cleanliness. Cleanliness. He is very clean inside and outside. A saintly person is the one who is also clean. Clean, bodily clean, room clean, car clean, wherever he goes, like everything is clean. Right? He tries to maintain cleanliness. Kshanti is tolerance. He is tolerant. This is hard. A saintly person is the one who is tolerant. Hmm? Tolerant where? Tolerant in all situations. There are certain situations we can do something about it, right? So the art of tolerance teaches. Art of tolerance is this is we teach to our youth kids basically. Art of tolerance is how can we be tolerant, right? So tolerant doesn't mean we sit and we let others stomp on us. No, tolerance means like um intellectually decide what we do during some situations. We all go through situations, but we put knowledge to our situations. What action should I do? What action should I do? What is my duty now? What can I do now? Example, there is some bad thing happening to me, right? Have three options. What is that? I live with it, I change it, or I avoid it, right? If there is a bad weather, huh? Bad weather, should I live with it or can I change it? Can I change the weather conditions? Can I avoid the weather conditions? Right? I can avoid, right? I can't. Maybe I just sit inside. I just tolerate even it is cold. Okay, I'll tolerate it. So the certain things where we don't have any control, we have no control about anything, nothing we can do about it, right? Certain that is the time we can learn to tolerate. Do not get frustrated, do not get irritated where situations are not in our control. Right? Just tolerate for some time. Things will change. Things will change. Nothing remains same. Just things will change. That's an art. That's an art of tolerance. Just we need to remind ourselves, can I do anything about it? If you can't do anything about it, just tolerate it. Things will change. Right? So certain times we have to avoid it, like certain situations. If a person is, if I have a bad neighbor, and he always creates problems to me, maybe I'll do something about it. I'll change my house or I'll do something, right? This is just an example. So we always need to evaluate ourselves with three things, like live with it, that means tolerate it, change the situation, and avoid the situation. So this is a way we can learn to tolerate. So Krishna is saying a saintly person is a one. A saintly person is a one who knows how to tolerate the situations, how to handle the situations very well. Hmm? And a saintly person is a one, Brahmana, a saintly person is a one who is very honest in his dealings. Right? He says something, he does it. Simple, not no duplicity. Hmm? And this is one more thing, Gnana, Vignana, Astikyam. Krishna has three more things. Okay, a saintly person is a one who is interested to learn spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge. Okay, he's interested to learn Bhagavad Gita. He's interested to learn purification of life. He's interested to learn how to again how to break the cycle of birth and death and attain liberation. He shows interest, right? So such a person is a saintly person. And Vijnanam, he not just theoretical knowledge, he also applies it, right? So applies it whatever he has learned. mm. And astikyam, and he has a full faith in the God, full faith in the God and scripture. Such a person is a saintly person. We can see here good control of mind and senses, and he's austere, he's clean, pure, he's tolerant, and he's simple, no duplicity, and always honest, and he's inclined towards purification, inclined towards learning scriptures, studying scriptures. Such a person is a saintly person. Such a person is a brahmana. Krishna is saying such a person is a Brahmana, saintly person, because he is in the mode of goodness. This is important thing. His goodness, mode of goodness is dominant. He practiced to be in mode of goodness this lifetime, previous lifetime, many, many lifetimes. We can see all these qualities in saintly people. Okay, all these sannyasis, they come to our Saint Louis temple. All the great, great, I've seen, right? Romapada Swami. There are many, many Swamijis I've seen. We can see all these qualities in them. We can see all these qualities in them. They're very, they have this, they're beyond these three modes, basically. They're beyond these three modes. We can see all these wonderful saintly qualities. Okay, now we'll speed up. So a person in the mode of passion, a mode of passion. So what's his consciousness? What's his mindset, right? What kind of duties he do? Hmm? He's courageous, he's brave, and he has leadership skills. He's very determined to control people and manage people, and he can get things done, right? And he's always skillful, and he's in the mode of passion. Okay, the person in the mode of passion with little bit of goodness. Okay, and he, in case of Arjuna or anybody, if he's a soldier, he knows very well. He sits, he stands and does his duty. He doesn't run away from duties. He does his duties with great determination and he's also generous and servant leader, servant leader. Mm. So these are leadership qualities. All these things. These qualities can be seen in a person who is in the mode of passion, rajoguna. Like a police officer or a soldier. Typically, we see this, and we see Vaishya. Vaishya, dominant Rajoguna. This is Rajoguna mixed with Satoguna. Okay, some little bit of these things plus these things. Right, is a leader with some good qualities. Uh, a person who is in the mode of passion, he's always transactional. Okay, such a person we can see many people like business people, right? Krishna gave an example like agriculture, they produce, they sell stuff, they do. Sometimes they have to cheat, like their products are not good, but they sell it for high price. He say like I'm not making any money, I'm making only $5, but behind the scenes he might be making $100. So that is their nature. That is in their nature. Vijnanam, they trade, commerce, selling, buying, all those things. That is a nature of a person who is in the mode of rajas, mode of passion. The Krishna named them as Vaishyas. Okay, and there's another classification of people. They just work. Okay, they're not good at controlling mind and senses. They're not in advisory board. They're not inclined towards leadership management. They're not inclined towards trade business, making money, cheating people. No, they are just happy with work. They just go do duty. Whatever is a duty, whatever is a duty. uh, they just work for others. That's it. So Krishna says we can see this classification of people in the entire world. Okay. Now important thing. This is a message what Krishna has to say. Okay. Anybody want to read or this is just English? Krishna talks about importance of sticking to one's prescribed duties. Yeah, go ahead.
By following these qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now, please hear from me how this can be done. By worship of the Lord, who is source of all beings and who is all pervading, A man can attain perfection through performing his own work. Work as worship to Lord. It is better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than to accept another occupation and perform it perfectly. Duties prescribed according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reactions. Every endeavor is covered by some fault, just as fire is covered by smoke. Therefore, one should not give up the work born of his nature, O son of Kunti, even if such work is full of fault.
Thank you, Prabhu. So Krishna is saying, Krishna is saying like Krishna classified these four classes of work, right? Four types of work people like to do. There is a intellectual class, there is administrative people, and there's a business people. They're like laborers. They just do work. That's it. They don't care about anything, right? So Krishna is saying, whatever the job profile we have, whatever the job we do, we can attain perfection. Can attain perfection. We can attain Supreme Lord. We can attain moksha. We can anybody, any class, any job, whatever we do, anybody can attain perfection by sincerely doing their duties. Sincerely doing their duties. But Krishna adds in the 46th verse, Krishna add one flavor to it. What is it? Devotional service. This is a theme of entire Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, do your duties as a devotional service to the Lord. Yajna, that fourth chapter itself, Krishna says. Hmm? Not fourth chapter, third chapter. Yajnadat karmano yata lokoyam karma bandhanat. Yajnadat, for the pleasure of the Lord, as a service to the Lord, you do your duties. Brahmani adhaya karmani sangam tikta karoti va. And Brahma Param Brahma Havihi Brahmagno Brahmanahuta. In first six chapters, Krishna says the same thing. And now also is saying the same thing towards the end. Do all your duties with great determination, great focus as a devotional service to me, as a devotional service to the God. Hmm? And Krishna adds one more thing here, one more flavor. Okay. Example, I'll give an example and we can understand here. If a person is a soldier, huh, he's a soldier and he's killing people. Does it create sin? It may appear like it will create sin, but that is his job. Government awards that person. This police officer killed people and government awards. Okay, this is you did a great job, buddy. Right? So and the police officer here should not think like by doing his duties he'll get sin and he'll go to hell and he'll not attain perfection. No. Krishna is saying if it is your dharma, do it. Do the same job, but do it for my pleasure. For me, you do. To make me as your goal and do. Make me as your goal and do. If you are killing, if your duty is to kill, kill it. But do it. That's your job. Do it. But transform it. Transform it as a devotional service to me. Devotional service. If you're a preacher, if you're a teacher, example teacher, okay, teacher like Brahmana means teacher basically. If you're a teacher, you're teaching to people, to chastise kids, students. But it may appear like, by you chastising students, it appear that you're doing a sin. You're doing a sin. But Krishna is saying, no. If that is your job, that is your dharma, do it, but do it as a devotional offering to the Lord. But if you're a businessman and you need to cheat people, trick people, this is another thing. Okay, businessman. This is given in Bhagavatam very nicely. Yeah, as a businessman sometimes has to trick people and earn money. Okay, that is their dharma. That is their dharma. Right? Krishna is saying, you do it, no problem. You'll not get sin. You can still attain liberation for you tricking people. Right? Hmm? And if you are doing work for others, if you are doing work for others, you're just doing your job, right? Working for others, like shudra work, right? Just working for others. It may appear like you may be doing wrong thing or no, you're disrespecting others, right? But sincerely do your duty, and as an offering to the Lord, you do your duty. To the end of the day, Krishna is saying here, whatever the job you do, it may appear it's sinful. Huh? And Krishna also adds one more thing. Just like a fire, if you see a fire, there is a smoke. Huh? Fire is covered by a smoke. Right? Likewise, any action we do, there is some covering also. There is a karmic reaction, covering of karmic reaction. Karmic reaction. Police officer doing his duty of killing people is good, but it will also create a good karma for him. Right? A teacher punishing kids, students, it may appear a dharma, but it also create a covering of good karma or a bad karma. At any action, we get karma, good karma or bad karma, good deed or good karma or bad karma. We get for all our actions, right? So to clear those karmas, we need to do as a service to the Lord. When you do as a service Krishna, I'm doing it for your pleasure. I'm neutral to success or failure. For your pleasure, I'm working to attain you as my goal. I'm doing this duty. That's it. So Krishna says, so that way we can nullify our karmic reactions. Okay, just to summarize this 45 to 48, Krishna is saying, discover your inner strengths. What is your true strengths? Where you stand? Are you in the class of a Brahmana, Vaishya, uh, Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Sudra? Identify your nature of work and do that sincerely. Offer it to God. Accept imperfections. Yes, things will happen. And grow spiritually. Grow spiritually. Don't run away from job. Krishna is teaching to Arjuna, it applies to anybody. Don't escape from not doing it. Just do it for the pleasure of the Lord. Then life is joyful because we all work. We all do our duties and many duties. Our work has to give a joy to us. Okay, so life lesson here: do your natural duty with devotion to the Lord without comparing or imitating others. That itself leads to perfection. Okay, so next 7 minutes, I'm going to tell a short story. Okay, so because these four varnas are misunderstood to be castes in some parts of India, and there is a big problem, and people think themselves their job is the best job. The businessmen think their job is the best job, and the brahmanas think their best job is the best job, and there's always argument debate between them, and there's conflicts. Okay? So once upon a time, long ago, not long ago, 1911. So I'm going to talk about this person. He's Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He's a spiritual master of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. So who is Prabhupada? Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. He is the one who established ISKCON and spread Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. Many people, many people become devotees. Many Vaishnavas also become devotees. Entire world become devotees because of Bhakti Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. So his spiritual master, his guru, I'm talking about his guru, Prabhupada's guru is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Okay, so during his time, there is a conflict between group of people. Uh, so they were saying like only Brahmanas are superior. Only Brahmanas are superior. The people who do worship to the God in the temples, Brahmanas, they are superior. They are the one. They should be learning scriptures. Not others. Nobody should learn scriptures. Nobody should learn scriptures. Only Brahmanas should learn scriptures. They are entitled to learn scriptures. Scriptures in the sense Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, whatever, right? And there's a conflict between the type of work they do. Okay? We should be doing this. We should be doing this. We should not be doing that. There's a big argument. So that time Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur was invited. Bhakti Siddhanta was invited to dispute that, to resolve the conflicts they have. So that time he went and gave a nice lecture for 3 days. 3 days, 3 days. And finally he concluded, everybody agreed. Everybody agreed, everybody convinced, everybody truly convinced that a devotee is better than any person. A devotee of the Lord is considered a Vaishnava. He is not a Brahmana, he is not a Kshatriya, he is not a Shvaishya or Sudra. Right? A devotee is beyond these three modes. That means he is beyond the saintly person. He's beyond a saintly person. Right? He's called a Vaishnava. Vaishnava. A devotee of the Lord is beyond these caste considerations, is beyond any caste. Is greater than a Brahmana also. So sometimes we think a pujari doing puja in the temple, he's a great person because he's born to a great Brahmana family. Okay? many people think like if a person is born to another great person, the child is also a great person. Not necessarily, right? Not necessarily. Even the person born to a great person, but this child is doing all kinds of nonsense things, is not considered a great person, right? It's the same thing. But a devotee of the Lord, Krishna is here. Despite whatever the job we do, if a person is devoted to the Lord, he is considered greatest among all these varnas. So he established it, and he resolved this caste conflicts in certain part of India. Okay, so I'm going to show you a. Sometimes people think like I need to be born in a Brahmana. I need to be a Brahmana, right? So there are great souls. There are great souls, there are alvars and great souls. These are all great devotees of the Lord. So Nammalvar, you can take Nammalvar. He was a Vallala farmer family. Was not a Brahmana family, but he attained the Supreme Lord. He is a great devotee of the Lord. And Kuleshekara Alvar, he's a king. He's a king. Hmm? And he, what he did, sincerely did his duties, and and just by following his whatever the job profile he has, he attained perfection, right? So likewise, there are many souls. Kanakadas, Ravidas, Tukaram is born as a Shudra, right? And he was doing trading and Shudra background, but he still, we all know Tukaram is a great devotee of the Lord. He attained the Lord. um, so there is an example. um, Despite our background, despite our birth, if we are devoted to the Lord, a devotee of the Lord develops all saintly qualities, divine qualities, or in other words, godly qualities. I repeat, a Vaishnava, a devotee of the Lord, by the sincere practice of devotional service, he develops divine qualities. Such a person is a greatest among any of these categories, whatever Krishna spoke, four categories: Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Sudra. Okay, so we all can strive to be a good devotee and attain the Supreme Lord. So that concludes this 48 verses. We completed first three sections, and next session, next Wednesday, same time 6:30 p.m. We'll see this 49 to 66. Krishna teaches by doing your duties as a devotional service, one develops gnana, knowledge. What is that knowledge? And Krishna also teaches that knowledge matures to be a bhakti, devotion. Okay, so there's a beautiful understanding. We'll see that in our next session. So we are on time. So I'll stop my session here. Thank you all for joining the session. If you have any questions, thoughts, or sharings, we can do now. Thank you. Hare Krishna.